Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I wanted to give you guys like another raw type of video, and I want to talk about something that I think like everybody struggles with at some point in time, and others more than others. Does that even make sense? For some people, mind is not working today. Some more than others is what I was trying to say, especially if you're somebody who makes videos, because you have more eyes on you, right? You have a public image now because let's say you are going to get a job, employers will see what you post and that might affect it. You never know. I think there's this misconception that just because some people are enthusiastic and bold and make it seem like they really believe in what they're talking about, that they're not insecure, that they don't struggle with self-doubt and struggle with being hard on themselves. And I think that's the problem. We always feel like we're being judged when we're not. We always worry that we're being judged. We're always feeling like we're being judged, and when people are nice to us and they want to care about us and they're here for us, we don't believe and we don't trust it. Kind of reminds me of, you can have all the money in the world, but if internally you're suffering and if you don't have your health, that won't matter to you. And it just reminds me of, if you have these insecurities, trust issues, if you don't really believe good that people are saying about you, it doesn't matter how many people say it. It could be one or it could be thousands. You're just not going to believe it. As somebody who does believe in God and believes in the spiritual side of life, I do believe that that really could be a spiritual attack, especially when you're doing good things, especially when you have a good message to send out. I believe that it's a way to hold you back. When I went live today, just for a little bit, one of my subscribers brought up this point, and I cannot remember the exact wording, but it really made me think. So I was just saying this fact where I'm like, I don't know if I should continue YouTube. I feel like I'm having trouble articulating my thoughts well. Sometimes I think people take videos a bit too seriously. Sometimes it's just free thinking and free flowing thoughts, and I know that you don't have to post it, but I know that people want authenticity, and I just want to give it to you. I want to give you guys that raw, authentic stuff without worrying about every little thing I say, without having editors. And imagine having people who have degrees or whatever in like linguistics and trying to see, does this make sense, does that make sense, or like psychologists like looking over your videos. Imagine hiring people that are really good with like language and wording, like the way you structure sentences and psychology, and them just analyzing, making sure your video's fine. Like, imagine doing that. I honestly need that. It make me feel so much better, but maybe worse, because it's like, oh, that means I need people to tell me if I'm making sense. Where was I? I'm having a lot of brain fog today. I don't know if it's all the pollen in the air. I don't remember what I was just saying. This is what happens when they give you SSRIs for years when you don't need them. But that's a whole nother story for another day that I'm not going to be quiet about, because that is a big issue that no one talks about. They need to talk about it as much as they talk about all the gender hormone stuff for kids. I said what I said. Where's my water? I don't know where I put my water. Didn't I just have it? But as I was saying, and oh yeah, so I know where I was going at. So when the subscriber told me, I made me think, like, I think that I get discouraged when I'm doing the right thing in speaking out and in trying to help people and motivate them and encourage them. I think that's when I get attacked the most. Because I remember this even last year, what was happening around this time. I started to have a lot of doubt. I started to feel like I wasn't making sense. I started feeling like I don't even care if people agree with me. They can disagree with me. Please, like, let me know what you think in the comments. If you disagree, it's totally fine. I'm open to hearing different viewpoints, but I just felt like I wasn't making sense, or I was like, do I really believe in what I'm saying? And I think that because of my age especially, and how mind is still growing, I think our opinions and thoughts do really change over time, and we're not the same people we were when we were younger. And me having mostly an audience that's older than me by a lot, I think you'll be able to understand if you remember when you were younger. Now I'm bringing my age into this, but it's true though, because I've seen me evolve, like my personality evolve, this channel evolve. Like, if you go back to really old videos, you'll see the difference. And I think that's just because of my age. If I was older, I feel like it would be more smooth, like more flowing. Now it's more, not really. I mean, you could be any age and change your opinions, but I'm saying with me, especially in my channel and everything I've gone through, I think that my opinions evolve over time, but my values stay the same. And I will die on the hill of my values. I really will. Especially when I have biblical scriptures backing me up. Just this feeling deep in my soul that it's right too. I think especially if you met me like last year, 2 years ago, or if you saw what I was thinking the last few years, I feel like it was coming a lot from a place of anxiety and a lot of distress. And I think that I'm just a misunderstood person. This all kind of relates back to the point of being hard on myself and insecurity, and being hard on myself and insecurity, and posting a video and going back to it, and me thinking, did I make sense? And, you know, in other aspects of life, feeling like I'm doing too much, you know. It's just, it's hard to explain, but there's so many of my thoughts cannot be put into words. A lot of my thoughts cannot be explained well, because a lot of it is a feeling, you know what I mean? Or it's a feeling with some sort of like logic and evidence behind it, but it's hard. Like, for example, the way I see the world, right? There's no physical proof that it's the way it is, but I really do feel this way. And I'm not the only one in the world that feels this way. A lot of people feel this way too. You know, with the way the world is, and things not being right, and things not being how they seem. Like, I know that's how it is. And you know what backs me up too? The serpent and Adam and Eve, deception, how they treated Jesus. And if somebody sits here, oh, I don't believe in that, I don't believe in that. Okay, you don't believe in that, but look at other deception that happens in the world. Look at, in your personal life, any deception that's happening. That's real. So if it's happening on a personal level, what makes you think that it can't be happening on the world stage too? And that's what I want to say to my people who feel so differently, so strongly about the world, and see it in like a way that makes you seem like you're crazy. Like, no, you're just a thinker. That's what you are. That probably thinks critically too, and freely, and people are intimidated by that. That's just the conclusion I've come to, because think about it. The reason why Jesus was treated the way he was because they were threatened by his sense of, they were threatened by him. When people feel threatened by you, they'll try to discredit you, and we know that. So that's another thing as well. Just for people who feel this way. But I go back and forth a lot when it comes to security and confidence. I do fall down these holes sometimes of like being too hard on myself, rethinking some simple messages, feeling like people are judging me. It just reminds me of how I was when I was younger, when I had like social anxiety. I don't want that to come back again. But I think that this is something we all struggle with, some people more than others. Some people fall down these holes and then they get back up and they shoot back up and they're so confident. Like, sometimes it's phases, sometimes it's something physically wrong, like brain fog, or like medical issues, deficiencies, or phases, or whatever it is. Like, sometimes when the weather gets better, I feel worse. I feel worse sometimes. Like, I have like SAD, seasonal affective disorder, in the reverse. But yeah, sometimes I just feel like old ways come back, and I don't know. It's hard to have faith in people sometimes. Something I thought of today, because I felt like I was going crazy, and the way I saw the world was just a mental issue, like it was just all in my head. I thought to myself, I'm like, man, if I had a family member, or even if I had kids in the future, and they could put out the message that I've been trying to share with the world this whole time, but in a better sense, in a way that is more understood, or in a way that is better, I'd be so proud. And even if they're not related, even if some YouTuber I see that's literally trying to relay the exact same message but saying it so much better, I'd be like, bravo, we are siblings now. No, I'd support them, I'd listen to them, I'd learn from them. And yeah, this isn't a, oh, me, I need to put this message out there. I just want more and more people to as well. And that's why smaller channels that do the same thing, I want to support, I want to like comment, but yeah, it's hard sometimes, y'all. It's hard putting yourself out there. I think a lot of people don't get it, and it's hard having deep thoughts and thinking a lot. It's hard, especially not having many like in-person supports when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, I really do thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned, because my next video will be a trailer to something, hopefully. Remember, whenever you feel insecure, just remember, you're not alone. It's just, a lot of the times it's a trick, especially when you're trying to do something good for the world. It's just to make you doubt, because evil tries to take you, but the good always wins. Take care.